everyone, and my name is Hira. I'm Country's English Country. And English picture read today is the Marvin, Redpost, the Flying Birthday Cake. I'm going to start with chapter 10, full time on the end of chapter 11, okay? And now, we're going to start reading about it. Wayside School be up, the cloud of doom, and we're going to start for chapter 8, silence, and the end of chapter 9, okay? And now, are you ready for these two book 2 stories? Here we go. And now, first we can read Wayside School be up, the cloud of doom. Chapter 8, silence. 29 hands are raised. There are only 28 kids in Mrs. Steele's class, but Joy scratched both her arms high in the air. As she figured double her chance to being chosen, she waved them back at the forth and around in circles. Pick me, giggled Baby. Pick me, Mrs. Jules, argued Caven, sitting next to Baby. Sorry, Caven, you're too heavy, Mrs. Jules told him, and your toes are too tiny, Baby, and told behind Joy, but Mrs. Jules couldn't see him behind Joy's helicopter arms. Okay, Joy, said Mrs. Jules, and everyone else groaned. Joy was all smiles. You losers, she said, as she handed the door. And this week for silence, they would be starring the clouds. Luckily, Mrs. Jules' class was on the 13th floor. It was the classroom closer to the sky. Oh, so it must be scary when you're up into the sky. And last week, they stirred the dirt, but wasn't so lucky by the time made them out to the ground, and silence was over, and had to turn around and track them up, and everyone bought a silence notebooks and gathered just out the door by a closet that wasn't there. And Mrs. Jules put her hands around Joyce, was it? Allie, oopsie, she called out and left Joy straight up. And Joy giggled. And this was why Mrs. Jules hadn't chosen Caven. It was too heavy for her to laugh at. And Mrs. Jules set Joy in the top of the closet. Just above her, a trapper led into a roof, and Joy stealed her tip-tops and pushed it up, open. And that's why Mrs. Jules hadn't chosen Baby. Her toes weren't long enough, and her rope ladder trumpeted down, and by one, the children climbed the rope of the ladder in a rope. And be sure to stay away from the edge. And Mrs. Jules called up to them, and there was a safety railing around the edge, but it was for trailer people, and Mrs. Jules was afraid of her students could slip right under it, and she was the last one up the trapdoor. And when she reached the roof, she saw everyone standing at the edge. What did I say? She demanded. Alley-oop, say the statement. Well, that's the last everybody was playing addiction. And said Mrs. Jules, she told everybody to take 2 steps back and sit on their bottoms. But then we'll be farther away from the clouds and sometimes safely is more important, said Mrs. Jules. She pointed at the her class. And that one, there is a some ghost cloud, and some of the children wrote down in their notebooks, and Baby drew a picture of a sleeping giant. Why did Baby draw a sleeping of the giant? And the convulse cloud was his pillow. And that's a circus cloud over there, said Mrs. Jules. And Baby drew a picture of a flying angels and 100 of white feathers and fallen from her wings and swirled into a cloud. And Baby could draw really fast. What kind of the clouds is that one, Mrs. Jules asked Benjamin, and there's pointing at a draw. and dark cloud way off, and instead, and Mrs. Jules gasped. A baby whirled to draw it. Her picture would look actually like the inside of a vacuum cleaner bag while the vacuum was still on. But baby had never seen inside of a vacuum cleaner bag while the vacuum was still on. So she couldn't draw it. Everybody back to the classroom. Mrs. Jules shouted, "Double quick!" And the children remembered the chapter. "Hooray!" said Mrs. Jules. And some fell off. Others got rope bombs. And Mrs. Jules don't worry about little things like that. She was the last one. Touched the hitch, sitting atop at a closet that wasn't there. And she tossed at the ladder and back up to the roof and locked the trap to it. Oh, it's a little bit scary story. And she climbed down and stepping into chains and steal her. And the children was waiting quickly inside the classroom, hands floating in their desks. And Mrs. Jules walked inside of a room and looked out the window. Either the cloud was moving closer, or it was getting bigger, or both. And what kind of the clouds is Mrs. Jules so little? There are times when others hide the truth from children so as not to worry about them. But Mrs. Jules was a teacher, and this was silence. Take a good look, boys and girls, she said, pointing out to the window then. But the sides trembled with her voice. She said, "That is a cloud of dew," and the room was darkened. Oh, why this room was darkened right now? Because it's bedtime? But why is everyone asleep at a school? And then chapter 9, the gunning. And tomorrow we study for chapter 9, the gunning, and the end of chapter 10, okay? And now I'm going to start reading about the Marvin Redpost, a flying birthday cake, and we're going to study for chapter 10 and the end of chapter 11, okay? Floor time. Joy was staring at a yellow jello mixture in a pan over a stove. "Do you want to call your parents?" Marvin's mother asked him. "I already did," said Joy. Marvin didn't know when Joy could have done that. "If you think jello is good, you should try puddling," said Lindsay. "Oh, it might be good to puddle the jello, and I feel bad that haven't even taken you to your mother," said Mrs. Redpost. "And she wanted to talk to you too, Nancy, but she in a very important meeting with the president." "Oh, I see," said Marvin's mother, and Marvin knew his mother didn't quite believe anything Joy said, and he wasn't sure he did either. "And is there someone at your house who can bring your things over?" his mom said. "You don't have pajamas, a toothbrush, or a change of clothes for tomorrow." "I just wear the same clothes every day," Joy said. "I sleep in them too." "Oh, I see. It's true," Marvin said, sticking up from his friend. He wore the same clothes every day for a week. "Oh, so his clothes might be very dirty." "And I always take my toothbrush with me wherever I go," Joy said. And he reached into a front pocket of his baggy pants and pulled out a toothbrush, and Marvin's father asked Marvin to help him to take a curtain out of Marvin's room, and the kitten was in the family's room. And when Nick or Snore spend the night, they sleep on that. You don't have to, said Joey. I'll sleep on the floor. The kitten was very comfortable. And Marvin's father asked him, just like a bed. Oh, very nice. But Joy doesn't like to sleep at the Joy likes to sleep at the floor. But why? I don't like that, said Joey. At home, I sleep on a hard, flat board. Oh, I see, said Marvin's father. What should I do? Said Marvin's father. Let him sleep on the floor, said Marvin's mother. Can I sleep on the floor too? Said Lindsay. And a few hours later, Marvin went to bed and Joy went to the floor. Good night, Joy, said Marvin. Good night, Marvin, said Joy. Thanks for inviting me over. That has been the best day of my whole life. But I think Joy never go to the friend's house and sleep over. So, Joy might be best day ever. And Marvin was glad. It had been a fun day for him too, and he felt as he and Joy had been friends for a long time, not just for one day. We travel around so much, said Joy. It's hard for me to make friends. I guess the kids at school have been kind of mean to you. Oh, they're okay, said Joy. I've been treated a lot worse, but I just wish I knew what I did wrong. I tried so hard this time before I came here. I read books and watched movies about what the kids were like here. And Marvin was surprised there were books and movies about that. But still everyone knows I'm different, said Joy. What did I do wrong? You're not different, Marvin said. I mean, everyone's different. Life would be boring if everyone was the same. Oh yeah, when everyone was same, the name was same. When someone was same, and two names is my name, Eula, and someone called Eula, come lunch, and the real Eula was not coming. The pretend Eula was coming. Okay, mommy, and eat real Eula's food. So it's not fair and it's boring. And Marvin didn't know what to say. He didn't want to hurt Joy's feelings. I don't want to be a dorky, said Joy. You're not a dorky, said Marvin. You're a good friend. If the other kids can't see that's their problem. And Marvin hoped he said the right thing. He didn't think Joy should have to change. Still, he wondered if maybe he should have to talk to him to change his clothes at last. And now, chapter 11, Banished. And now, tomorrow we started for chapter 11 and then chapter 12. Okay? Joy disappeared? Oh, look, it said Joy was disappeared. But why? I think Marvin's thinking is not right. I think Joy was sad. But, or it's not. Or Joy was go home. Or there's a lot of thinking. But why is Joy disappeared? I don't know. And now did it happen? Here is English. Could you come back some other books? I mean, these big and these start to read, okay? With lots of new characters, okay? And now, So I saw some new characters and some same characters. So we'll see you tomorrow, okay? And thank you for looking and listening every day. And please don't say my YouTube, and thank you for don't say my YouTube. And bye, my friend. Have a nice day. Bye.